Meet the Crew with your host, Lloyd Ellis.
Welcome to Meet the Crew for yet another great interview. Hey, that kind of rhymed. If you like what you see, please make sure to hit that subscribe, that bell, because we want you guys to be able to see this. We want you to be able to know who's coming up next. Not really looking for this for the monetization, because we're going to probably kill all that anyways with the conversations that we have. But we want you to be able to see and hear and figure out who we're having on the next show. So today we have my good friend, No, you know how we do this. Hey, J-Rock, introduce yourself, bud.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Justinsumrall.
Justinsumrall! Hey!
Hey!
Justin, tell everybody who you are. Where are you from, brother?
I am originally from Jackson, Mississippi, and have lived in Nashville for the past 9 years, I think. So,
what brought you to Nashville?
Man, somebody asked me to come drive a tour bus for a Christian band. So packed up and left town.
So, all right, you're going to take it that route, because I know you from something a little bit different than just driving a tour bus. And
somewhere
folks out there know you from something different from just driving a tour bus. And that kind of helps with what this show's all about. We not only have one hat, but 9 times out of 10, we wear many hats. So what's your main expertise out here in our industry, brother?
Oh, Lord. Of recent, I don't know. I'd say audio is what I've been with the most.
Right.
Done some stage managing, some crew chiefing.
That's
get behind a lighting console and make some things flash and hang some video tiles. So.
I was gonna say, we first met probably, what was that, 6 years ago almost now, pretty close to 7 years ago. And you were mixing a pretty amazing pop, contemporary Christian, hip hop, rock. They fall all into that boat, Royal Taylor. And you are a beast behind that console. Don't let anybody tell you any different. We had a lot of fun times. I remember riding the bus and all the antics that we had, and those stay on the bus. But hey,
yeah, that was good getting thrown on the crew bus with y'all. That was a fun time.
Hey, you're a part of the crew, and that's what we do here is we meet the crew. It's not only the rock stars out on the stage, but it is everybody behind the scenes. How'd you get into the industry, if I may ask?
Well, it all started working at a local production company down in Mississippi, and went to college, worked at some churches there. Met a guy named Greg Clinton back in the day. You might remember him. And he had just moved to Nashville to work with a Christian band called Building 429 again. And he hooked me up with a buddy that was working for 33 Miles. I don't know if you remember those guys.
Mm-hmm.
But I called him. I said, look, I'm thinking about dropping out of college because I hate this, and see if you had any positions you need. He said, all I need right now is a bus driver. I said, well, give me a week to go get my CDL. So did that, and I was up there the next weekend driving a bus for the first time.
Brother.
Nobody on the bus knew that at the time, though.
Hey, they now know, but that won't hurt them, because you know what? They all survived. You did a great job, and it moved on to better things, right?
Then, after that, the name got thrown out for some front of house positions and kind of took off from there.
Brother, that's pretty much how our industry rolls. A lot of people on this show we've been burning in that mentality of, in our industry, you're not a number. It's about the relationships that you have, the rapport that you have with people. We're a family, and you got in just the way a lot of people got in. I had a friend that needed some help. I'm going to help him out. and then that led to another thing and another thing and another thing. And you might not have known, hey, when you were coming into this position, everything that you needed to do, but you were willing to be a good hang. You learned how to do it. And now you've blossomed into the person that you are here today, which is the man. Because
hey, the hang's half of it.
Hey, if you can't hang, you can't come with me. What made you want to kind of get into all of this stuff aside from just the whole not really wanting to do school anymore? Was this something that you were thinking about doing beforehand when you were going to school, or was this just those things?
It was always a hobby. And then I tried a couple of different routes at school, thought I wanted to do nursing, then radiology, and then my last endeavor was instrumental music education.
Okay.
To be a band director. So that lasted about a semester. And then I found out I was going to have to be there a long time. So you know what? Maybe this hobby is the route to go. It kind of seemed to get pulled back towards it all the time. So yeah, and this is a lot more fun than being stuck at some high school directing kids, I'd imagine. No offense to any band directors out there. Y'all are God's gift.
Doctor.
Huh?
I can see you walking in as a doctor, the radiologist, say, hey, I'm going to put this little cocktail in you. It's going to make you go nighty, nighty, night.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that. It'd be fun times.
It's waking them up is the hard part.
Well, Justin, let me ask you this. Right now, we are definitely still engulfed in this craziness of COVID-19. How has this affected you or professionally or your family or anything like that, brother?
Man, just like everybody else who's toured, they remember where they were last year when they flew home or their last show. I was stage managing Roadshow last year. And that was the last gig. I guess that was March. But yeah, been unemployed for right at a year now. I picked up a lot of work with a local production company, CTS, doing some outdoor church events, which kept me busy 3 days a week. So I've been very blessed in the past year to be able to keep working. And then, just try to work with some local companies, Elite, CTS. So thanks to Jeff Colmer and to Kenny Mason for giving me work this past year and keeping the mortgage going. So it's been rough, man. I know everybody's it's not just money, it's mental breakdowns and hard stuff to talk about, but you need to talk about it.
Most definitely. And I greatly appreciate you coming on the show to have that discussion, because it's not easy for any of us, but the more people know what our lives are like and what we go through on a day-to-day and how we have a different brain than most folks. Our office 9 times out of 10 is in I hate to say it, bar to a church to a ballroom to a theater to an arena to a stadium and all of that in between. Mm-hmm. And right now, all that's shut down for the most part. There's a couple of things coming back slowly here and there, but for the most part, there's still a lot of people in this industry that we call that aren't doing anything. So let me ask you this. What are you currently doing?
So up until about 72 hours ago, I had no clue. Side note, I tore my ACL back in December. So I've been out of town for a couple of months recovering from that. Then got back and tried to get back into work. And it's in this weird transition period now where the churches are moving back indoors. So there's no need for the overflows outside. So the gigs are starting to go away more. But I got an offer a couple of days ago to go to Virginia for 3 months to project manage a vaccination site. So that is my next gig.
That is amazing. And that is commendable.
it's going to be interesting, but it should be fun.
Hey, I honestly couldn't ask for a better person to be leading something like that, and realistically. So hey, well, before I let you go, I have to ask you one more question. If there is one thing and one thing only that the world needs to know about Justinsumrall, what would that be?
Not so much about me, but I'd say everybody in this position, we're all hardworking people. And we stay away from our families a lot to try to make money and to support everyone. So anybody that's watching this is not in the music industry, don't forget about us. There's ways that you can help through Music Cares and what's Crew Nation. If you have the ability to give, that helps mortgages, that helps insurance, that helps you have a concert hopefully next year or later this year, because there's got to be folks to come back to do all this. So, hardworking folks out here, I like to include myself in that. Hate talking about myself. So, but yeah, don't forget about us, and we'll see you very soon. Hopefully this fall at a concert near you.
I love it. I love it. I love it. The man who always thinks of everybody else but himself. Can't have said it any better. Well, Justin, how can people reach out to you? What's their socials if they want to get in contact, maybe hire you for an event or get you to come hang, have some conversation? How can they reach out to you?
So everything is just my first and last name. I got lucky because I guess it's not that used. Justinsumrall on Instagram, Facebook, and at gmail.com. So,
well, folks, we will make sure to put all that stuff in the description so that way you all can reach out to Justin. And ladies and gents, I give you Justinsumrall.
It's been a pleasure.
Thanks for coming.
Hey, good to see you, Lloyd.
Good to see you too, bud.
I'm Justinsumrall, and you've now met the crew.
Meet the Crew with your host, Lloyd Ellis.